Hi, my name is Neil, and I want to share with you my experiences of going on a carnivore diet. Um, wow, this is something that just recently came across my life. I don't have any particular health issues, but I just came across some videos of amazing testimonies of people going on all meat diets, and I was absolutely astonished how the people's experiences are so contrary to what we've been taught all our lives about nutrition and health. And since I was kind of at a point where I felt like I needed something new in my life, something to motivate me, something new to learn, um, and to grow in, I thought, oh, I'll just jump in here. Um, I'm actually astonished by how quickly I made that jump because I'm such a foodie. I really love food and I love a variety of food. I love my vegetables. I love bread. I'm myself a pretty good baker. I bake sourdough bread and I'm a good cook and I love cooking for my friends. It's that one thing where I actually love to bless my friends with good food. So it's kind of weird that I would go on a carnivore diet, and I'm really not sure how that will turn out at all. We'll just have to see. Um, so I haven't made the complete leap into carnivore yet. I'm just taking a little bit of a transition. I still have some of my sourdough bread in the fridge and some cauliflower and so on, which I would like to finish while I can this week. But I already started eating fully meat meals over the last 3 days. So I would like to share my progress. This is partly a documentation for myself to track my progress, but also to share with anyone who might find this helpful. So yeah, Sunday evening I had, it's Tuesday now, it's Wednesday now. Sunday evening I had my first meat meal. I just made some stewing beef, like 2.5 kilograms of stewing beef. Just chucked it in a pot with water and boiled it off, reduced it until there was only fat left as liquid, and then took the bones out, cut it up, and then fried the meat in the fat for a bit. And it was super tasty, but almost too tasty. Like, it was very overwhelming to eat that much meat and fat. It was just so rich and so rich in flavor. I actually didn't feel very good eating that meal. So I was having doubts already about that. I do love meat, but I don't very often eat meat just by its own. Um, so this is definitely quite new for me. Um, and then the next morning I had, well, I mean, I had so much of that food, so I packed some away for the upcoming days. And then Monday morning I had more of that same, and again it was a similar kind of experience, not really enjoying eating it and the texture of the meat, and it's gets stuck between my teeth and you have to chew it a lot, and all this fat left behind in my mouth. Didn't really love that. But immediately, like, I've just felt so satiated, and I didn't get hungry for, well, basically the rest of the day. I ate 7 o'clock that morning. I must also say that I did have a slice of sourdough bread 4 o'clock when I got up out of bed in the morning, because I want to finish my bread, and and I need something to go with my coffee. I do struggle with insomnia, so it's preferable that I wake up at the same time every morning and get going. So the first thing I like to do is make a cup of coffee, and I like to have it with a piece of bread. I don't think I'm going to quit coffee. Not sure how I'm going to do it first thing in the morning with meat. Don't think I want to do that, but I'll sort it out as time goes on. Anyway, so Monday went on. I just had a lot of energy, constant energy. So I was astonished that already on the first day, after only two meat meals, that I was already feeling such a difference in my energy levels. And all the way through work, all good. Normally I would get sleepy at times during the day, or just have some lows, particularly if I'm doing things that I'm not really interested in, or enjoying thoroughly. Not that I'm not interested, but yeah, for me to keep my mind engaged is very important, for keeping my energy levels up. So whenever I find myself my mind not really engaged with what I'm doing, then I start losing energy. But that didn't happen that day at all. I was pretty engaged in everything I was doing. So that was a plus. And then by 4 o'clock Monday, I felt like, no, it was 3 o'clock. I felt like, okay, I could eat now. I didn't really feel hungry, but I felt like I could eat. So I had eggs and bacon, 3 steamed eggs and bacon that I just sort of first simmered a bit in simmered a bit in water, and then eventually managed to fry it a little bit in its own fat. And I was really afraid about the eggs and bacon thing because I'm not that fond of eggs. And particularly more than 2 eggs, so that really scared me. I also had some cheese with it, and I actually really enjoyed it. Like, somehow it just went down really well. So yeah, again, astonished. And then the rest of that day, because I ate about 3:30, and the rest of the day I didn't feel any need for food again. No cravings, none whatsoever. So yeah, and then Tuesday morning came. That was yesterday. Had the same beef that I cooked the Sunday, and it felt better to me. It was a better experience to eat it this time. Don't really know why, but I managed to enjoy it more, I think. And again, energy right throughout the day. Came home at about 4 o'clock the afternoon, put a chicken in the oven. At 5 o'clock, I chopped the chicken in half, ate half of it. Again, at that time, I felt like I could eat, but I wasn't really feeling that typical hunger feeling that I would normally feel. But that half a chicken, I thoroughly enjoyed. It went down very well. It was nice and salty and fatty. And again, no cravings or hunger the rest of that day. And here I am on the 3rd day. It's Wednesday. I had my slice of sourdough in the morning again with a cup of coffee. The bread is nearly done. Another 2 days and the bread will be done, and that will be the end of bread for a while. I don't know how long, maybe forever. And so I haven't had my meat meal yet this morning. Yeah, so that's how far I am into this thing now. Yes, like I said, I didn't really have particular health issues. Phlegm definitely is an issue. And I think that has to do with anything that's sweet, and possibly also dairy, which does have lactose in. Yeah, but I would really like my brain to work better. That's the number one thing. If I can get my brain to work better, to be more snappy, to access information faster, to access memory faster, words, numbers, and so on, ideas, possibly even creativity, that will be amazing for me. I don't have issues with depression, except that, like I said, if I'm not feeling very engaged, when my mind isn't feeling very engaged, then I tend to feel tired, and that can sometimes lead to very miserable feelings, just this kind of snowball effect where I feel worse and worse and worse and want to do less, but I also don't like doing nothing, and yeah, that's just something I didn't experience in the last 2 days at all, even though I didn't have anything particularly exciting to work on. I must also say that I am I normally thrive on novelty. Anything that's new or different in my life that interests me normally puts me in a very good space for a good amount of time. I love learning new things. So at the moment, I'm watching a lot of videos, interviews, testimonies of carnivore people, and so I'm enjoying that. So I must say I do get a lot of energy just from this new experience in my life. So yeah, I do have to take that into account, that is also contributing to my better energy levels and better motivation that I'm currently experiencing. So it's not only the diet, I think. So I think both play a role. But eventually when the novelty wears off and this thing has just become a part of my life, then that will be the true indicator of how the diet is actually working. Other things I would like to improve, yeah, I'd like to see what effect it has on my sleep. I've been experiencing insomnia for the last 2.5 years. I've been trying window scheduling, but I found the window scheduling very difficult because I used to tend to fall asleep or get drowsy during the day and maybe take a nap, and I would get sleepy very early in the evening. So that made it very difficult to restrict my bedtime. If you need to know more about window scheduling, go check that out. I'm not going to explain it in detail now, but that is a very good method of dealing with insomnia. But yeah, the last 2 days, like I had so much energy until late in the evening. I didn't really get that sleepy, so I might be able to try window scheduling seriously again, and then have it be more effective this time around. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm gonna try to make a video every day of my progress and also what I eat, what I cook, because cooking interests me, food interests me, and yeah, maybe you can learn something from it. Alright, goodbye.